Welcome back to Just Scribble for a plan with me in Plans by Just Scribble. So we are going to set up my April monthly. I know it's a little bit late. It is May, and so we're going to be back planning into the month of April, but we're going to be setting up the month of April in my horizontal Plans by Just Scribble using the February subscription kit from Mandy, Lynn Plans. So I have the subscription kit here, but I'm not using any washi from Mandy, Lynn Plans. I'm going to pair this kit with some other washis on some of the pages. So this is a brown kind of grid washi that I have. I have no idea where this is from. This is sort of a gray taupey toned grid washi. I think this might be just from Amazon. Then this is a little checkered brown washi, also just from Amazon. And then this is from Girl Boss Anna. It's little washi stickers that are kind of like little swatches. So I have all of that. And then I have a few pens. I have one of my new click art pens in green. I may not use this because it may be too bright, but I pulled it out just in case. I have one of my Ball 1 pens in a sort of peachy tone that I think matches those roses. I have a Sharpie Creative marker. May not use this either because it's a little bright, but I pulled it out just in case. I pulled out some Shuttle Art paint markers as well, in a few different colors that I thought might match or coordinate. And then I also pulled out this Altitude highlighter. I may not end up using these greens that are a little bit too bright, but I kind of want to see how it looks all together. So I have all of that. And then I do have my A6 monthly from my EDC, just so I can refer to that for adding plans into the monthly. So we are going to go to April, and the first thing we're actually going to do is we are going to set up the monthly overview page and also the monthly recap page. So we're going to do these first, and I'm going to take a little bit of this brown washi, and I want to put this down here at the bottom. And I apologize if you guys hear noise. Widow and my husband are watching a movie while I film. So we're going to put that there. And I'm going to layer a flower over that. We're going to do this washi flower here, I think. Actually, let's make sure. Actually, maybe I want to use this instead. We have a lot of stuff here to use because I have like the full kit. Let's use, actually, I'm not going to use the die cut sticker. We're going to go with my initial plan because I think that looks pretty. And then on these boxes, I'm actually going to outline them with this shuttle art, and I'm just going to do it freehand. All right, so we have those, and then let's see, in here we have celebrate. Where are my tweezers? There they are. All right, so we're going to use this box here for birthdays for the month. Let's see. We're going to take this monthly script that's small that says April, and we're going to cover the April up there. I was trying to figure out if I could use any of these for the other two things that I wanted to remember. So we're going to use this Don't Forget here. And then I'm actually going to use this Pay Bills one, which isn't really like exactly right, but we're going to do it because I don't really have a better choice. And I have a plan for those boxes up at the top. And then we have this month, and we're going to use that, I think, but do we want to put it on one of these? My kiddo has the TV so loud. I apologize. So I'm going to stick this there. And then I'm going to put this month here. And this is kind of our inbox for the month. So I need a black pen. All right, this ruler is ridiculously large for this, but this is what I have handy. So this is what we're going to use. And I'm just going to draw a line. And that's just so that I can check off things when we get them done from our list of things to do this month. I'm using a Sarasa R.5 right now. So that is the first two things that I need to put on our to-do list. And then I need to write down my important dates and my don't forgets. So we have 4 birthdays this month. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 big tax things. So I'm using this Shuttle Art paint marker just to kind of highlight those. And then I'm going to use this green marker to make a reminder about Easter. And then I'm going to write that the 15th, our tax return is due, and the 21st, we have sales tax due. And then over here, I'm going to write 5, 14, 20, and 24. All right. So that is our sort of introductory page. And now we're going to go to the end of the month, and we're going to do our review page. So we do have this extra washi, and so I think I'm going to use this washi here, like that. And then I want to do the same thing. I want to outline these boxes. Drinking. And we're going to use that section to write like some memories of our currentlies during the month, and then this part up here will be for memory keeping. So that's how we're going to use the recap, and that's how we're going to use the overview or preview page. So these are important dates, and then this is our sort of inbox for the month. But the main thing that we're going to set up is the monthly. So I do have, like I said, pretty much everything that they offer. So I have the journaling kit, I have the monthly kit, which is 2 pages, I have the daily kit, which is 2 pages, I have some deco stickers, I have some full boxes, I have icons, days of the week and dates, I have large month scripts, I have a weekly, I have monthly scripts, boxes and extra washi, functionals, trackers, and then the washi deco. So we are going to start with the monthly kit because that's what's made for this spread. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I think I want to lay this down at the bottom. Make sure I'm on screen because it should fit perfectly across like that. And I think that'll look pretty. All right, so we have that. And then we do have this here that we could put down the sidebar, but I don't know that I want to do that. So we're going to wait on that, but we are going to lay down these dates. So do I want to lay down days of the week also? Probably. Let's see. Let's see how these cover this. Yeah, that should work. Hopefully it covers them all. I don't usually use kits on my monthlies, so it's not something that I'm very practiced at, but also I don't anticipate using the whole kit on the monthly because I want to kind of have it be in my own style, but also I feel like I could use a lot of this in other weekly spreads if I didn't use it all here. So that's what we're gonna do. So we have the days of the week there, and now I'm gonna date this real quick. So I'm gonna fast forward past this so you guys don't have to watch me lay down dates. All right, so we have dates down. Now for me personally, I often plan for the full week on my monthly. So for example, the last day of March was a Monday, and so I don't plan on my March monthly for that because it's part of this week. So I do want a 31st for this, but for this particular week, I could probably not cover this. I need to kind of think about that, how I want to do that. All right, so I have these leftover sticker dates from Mandy Lynn plans that I've used for other things. And so I think I'm going to use these taupe ones because I think they're going to go really nicely. So I'm going to white out the 31, the 1, 2, 3, and 4. That way I can lay these down and you won't be able to see because these are transparent. And they will be light, but I can see them. You may not be able to see them very well on camera, but I can see them for planning, and that's really all I need. So we have all of our dates in there. I'm going to add plans now, and then after I add the plans, we'll go back in and we will add some deco. So the first thing that I want to do is add something for the 20th for Easter, and I'm going to use this green marker, and I'm going to write Easter, and I'm going to put in pen the time for our Easter dinner. I'm going to lay like that. And then I don't need to know that week number, and it's also my dad's birthday. So I'm going to use one of these, and I'm going to layer it on top like that so I can write that in. And then I'll use pink for my stepmom's birthday, and I'll use, let's see, I have another birthday on the 14th over here, and then my husband's over here. So I'm going to put this one here only because it kind of balances out the green from my dad's. And then this kind of peachy beigey one for my husband's. And then I am going to be at a conference the 21st, or I was because I'm back planning, right? The 21st through the 23rd. So I'm going to put this there to cover that. And I'll write it on this. So let's do that first. I'm not having a good handwriting day. Plan with me is go better on days where I'm having a good handwriting day, but can't help that. So this is what we're going with. And then my husband is out of town for 2 trips. So I think I'm going to use this thin kind of checkered washi to mark that. So that way I have it marked, but it doesn't take up like too much space on here. Like it's not too bright, I guess, because I don't want it to take away from the rest of the plans. All right. And then my niece is having surgery on the 8th, or had surgery. So I definitely want to mark that also. I think I'm going to use... So a lot of pink over there. I think I'll use this one. I don't like how that looks. I'm going to use this one. And we'll see if there's like a little functional drawing or like functional icon that I can put. Let's see. Not really, but I know this is like for date night, but I'm going to put it here anyways for that. So that is all of like the like big holiday event kind of stuff. And then I want to put the PBC sale on here. And I was thinking, I don't know, I think I'll put the $ ones because it's a sale. So that was the 25th. So we have PBC sale. Oh, and the other important thing we had for the 31st is my kiddos' field trip. All right, so now I just need to put in like actual plans. So I am going to put, I lost my tweezers again. How do I lose my tweezers? Okay, so I am going to put green dots down for my kiddos' theater. And I'm going to put this little exclamation point because there was no school that day. And these two over here because no school. All right, let me put in some appointments real quick. I'm going to move this dot up so I have room for dinner plans. My boys had haircuts the same day I had haircuts, so we have haircuts twice on the same day. And then here we have a lunch for work. This is actually a pretty light month. We didn't have a whole lot going on, so it's pretty simple. That is all of our plans. I mean, obviously I went to work and things like that, but that's all of our plans for the month. I don't want to put these dark stickers down in the sidebar, and I'm not going to put a to-do list in the sidebar because I have this, so I don't need that. But I do want to put, I'll use this for a weekly. I do want to put like an April up here, so we'll probably use that. I don't need these for this. We are going to use some of that. This part is for the daily. So we'll do a daily and weekly plan with me at some point with these. Maybe not in April, maybe in a different month, because I can use these really at any time. But we'll do two different styles. We'll use the end the daily that comes in the kit that's made for the horizontal, and then we'll do one with the journaling kit as well. Just that way you guys can see different ways you can use it. I don't think I need anything else on here for this. Like I have these haircut ones, but I'll probably use that on the daily one. I don't think I want to use any of those. And then I have the extra washi strips, but I don't need those for this. I will save those for the dailies. And then I have these washi stickers, which I'll also save. And I will save this as well. So all we need to do now is add just a little bit of deco, and then we'll be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover this up here, and then I'm going to put the big April. So I'm going to turn my book just so that it's easier for me to see that I'm covering it up nicely. Let's white out actually. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And then we have this big April script like that. And I'm going to lay it this way. I thought about putting some flowers down the side, but I kind of like the white space. But we are going to stick a few flowers, like the smaller ones, around. We may end up not using the rest of these. Maybe that one. We'll see. So I'm gonna put, where do I want this? I'm gonna put this one up here. I'm gonna put that one there. I don't know that I want to use this curvy one on here, but actually I wonder, I want to put it over here so we have a little bit of deco on this review page, because I think that looks really pretty. And then I thought I would just use this little one maybe. We have 1, 2, 3. I feel like something needs to be here. And that might be it. You know what? I'm going to move this off of here. And I'm actually going to put it up here because I think that looks more balanced. And then I'm going to put something down here and then something down here. So I think on the end of the month, I'm just going to stick that there because I think it looks really pretty. And then one of these two smaller ones over here. I think this one. Maybe it's too big. Maybe I should have put it somewhere else. But no, I think it looks pretty there. Like that. I think that looks good. All right. Obviously, this is a little bit bright for this, but I think it looks okay. I don't think it looks terrible. So this is a little bit bright, but I think it looks okay. I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of a darker marker. But I think that looks okay. All right, so let's get any excess off. Here we have our April pages. So we start with the monthly overview page or the preview page, which we use as an inbox. And then the boxes at the top are used for important things for that month. So we have the birthdays for the month, the fact that we have Easter this month, and then 2 important tax returns that are due for the month. And then the start of our inbox with a little bit of deco. And then this is our monthly spread, which I think turned out really, really well. I can easily see when I was gone and when my husband was gone and all of the appointments and events that we had. It's a lot more going on the page than I normally have because I don't usually cover up the dates and all that kind of stuff. But I think overall it looks really, really pretty. And then this is our recap page so that we can fill out what we are currently reading, watching, and drinking, like our favorite drink for the month, and do a little bit of memory keeping there. That is my April plan with me in Plans by Just Scribble. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this plan with me. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.